Today's horror manga dub in narration is from the horror anthology Aka Ihon. I'd like to take this time now to give a very special thanks to Mallory's Outlet for agreeing to collaborate with this video. She's an awesome content creator, you should totally check her out in the description below as well as pinned in the top comment. Anyways, let's get right into it. My name is Aka Ihon, and I am a horror raider. The story I'm about to tell you is about the terrible world that my fellow raider Miss K had stumbled into. That day, her and I were sharing ideas.
Gravel sound? Is there someone in the yard?
The boy stood up, got out of bed and looked out the window. But what he saw was a gargantuan woman in white clothing. That is a nice one. A big woman in white clothing walking around at night. What an interesting premise for a story. As a horror raider, Kay was the type to interview people who had real supernatural experiences. She would then make them into a book. According to her, writing real events was about reporting people's fear and suffering. That day, she was telling me about her latest catch.
And this is what I'm planning on doing next. Okasono-kun, do you know about Memashi?
Memashi? What's that?
I actually don't know either. Look, this is part of an email I received from a contributor.
The email read, "My little sister saw Memashi at the abandoned building of the former municipal medical school and was so terrified that she had convulsions and couldn't walk for a while." I really don't get it, but it sounds amazing. I wonder what this Memashi is. Is it a demon?
This S person is an old schoolmate from my hometown. I have to go back home for something else tomorrow anyway. I'm gonna meet with them and ask about it in detail. Of course, I'll also personally talk to S's little sister who actually saw the Memashi.
That sounds fun.
It is! You're a writer, so you get it too, right? Doesn't this Memashi name give sort of an ominous feeling?
I couldn't help but feel a little uneasy, but I responded, "That's true." Back then, I was really scared, unlike my usual self, but I had this feeling that this was something that I was not meant to be involved in. From then on, strange things started happening. After I was sent an email about her returning to her parents' house in the local prefecture, I was unable to contact Kay for a whole week. I can't reach her when calling, and she didn't reply to my emails, nor did she post anything on her social networks. Certain days have passed, and I'm starting to get worried when... Huh? Kay? I saw Kay coming out of a certain publisher in town. Kay! Hey! Kay! She was startled, and then she looked over. Huh? Hey! Kay! Why are you running away? But something wasn't right. What's up with the way that she's walking? Kay was walking in a really strange way. She wasn't bending her knees at all, like a spring-powered toy. That was when I recalled the strange email, particularly the part she had convulsions and couldn't walk for a while. Oh no! She's getting into a taxi! I quickly followed behind her in another taxi. Good, I caught up to you. What happened? Are you okay? But something was off about her. She was sweating. Then, she quickly turned around and said,
Come on in. I'll tell you what happened.
Something was off about her, but she was my precious colleague and I was going to get to the bottom of it. The smell. It's the smell of a festering wound, and it's coming from Kay. Is it from her legs? What happened to her legs? Just what the hell happened? Kay, aren't you gonna sit down?
I'm fine.
She can't sit down because her knees won't bend.
You remember, right? Our talk about Memashi?
Yeah, as I thought. It has something to do with that.
I got in touch with S as soon as I got back home. We decided to meet at S's place. We went to the same high school, but that was my first time at S's house. Yeah, it's been a while. This is your house?
Of course it is.
It was a famous daimyo's mansion that only stood out more conspicuously in the middle of town. But what's more remarkable than the house was the inside. Oh, wow. The whole house was filled with deities from different times and places. There was even a photo of S shaking hands with the Pope. Is this real?
Of course it is.
Were they some sort of religious maniacs or what?
All of those were just minor things. She herself was the representative of a certain religious organization. They even have their own churches all over Japan. And there was even a photo of their first church while they're decorating the wall. It was a weird house with a big tree growing right in the entrance.
That was when I took a closer look at her knees. Ugh, what a terrible smell. It must be leaking pus.
I got really overwhelmed, but went to the topic anyway. I told her I want to hear about Memashi directly from her little sister.
I'm sorry, that's impossible.
Why?
My sister passed away. She was ill for a long time. She had quite some painful experiences.
That was when Kay noticed.
Did her sister have bad legs?
But I was really glad that Kei-chan was interested in Memashi. If you could write about it in a book, it'd feel like a memorial for my sister. Come, do burn some incense for her.
I was taken to the altar room.
Come on in, Kay.
Yeah. What is this? The portrait on the altar was me. It's a photo I took together with us during our high school years. Hang on, what's with this?
You wanted to know about this, didn't you? About Memashi.
We sat there in silence for a moment, and then I mustered up the courage to say, what does it mean? The portrait of the deceased. It was you.
S made her fortune that way.
Fortune?
I beg you, please go home already.
Then, I looked over. She was crying and wobbling. A few days after that, I heard from an editor that knew both Kay and I. He explained that Kay had to get emergency surgery to get both of her legs amputated due to diabetes. Initially, I had imagined that Memashi was about a demon or something like that, but I started to think that maybe it was about sacrificing people, like Kay, in some sort of secret religious ritual. I Google searched, "What is Memashi?" That was when I fell asleep. What? Where am I? This was so bizarre. There were all kinds of legs and feet, just sprawling out from the ground. And then, I seen a picture frame. It was me? Oh, a dream. It was just a dream. Until now, I still don't know what Memashi is. Sorry for telling a story with no ending, but this is something that really happened to me. Anyways, my story was number 100. Then, I'll pull out for now. I blew out the candle, but then I realized something was wrong.
You want to know it, right? About Memashi.
No. What the? Would you look at that? We just reached the 100th story. Take care on your way back, and avoid dark roads. Inside the darkness, there's plenty of things lurking about. Hey everyone, thank you so much for watching. I'd like to give a special thanks to my Patreons, Sarah DeJesus and Motosurf. I hope you enjoyed the video, and remember, you're important and you matter. Have a good night, everyone. Goodbye.